Hello and welcome to Investors Hangout. This weekly interaction to help you learn and understand savings and investment issues is brought to you by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund and Value Research. Now, every parent wants to give their child the best opportunities in life, and for that, they have to plan very meticulously. The financial planning has to be in place for their education, for their wedding, maybe. So, in today's episode, let's learn from Dhirendra how to invest for your child's future. Welcome, Dhirendra.
Thank you.
Now, what happens is that many parents struggle with investing for their child's future and, choosing the right investment vehicle for that. So, what would you suggest? What would be better? What would be a better instrument to invest for the long term?
The one is that, there should be a framework to prepare for it. It's important because there are many things which are, which you will be faced with. There'll be an option. And if you're not prepared, then the child will be deprived of an opportunity. Mm-hmm. But then the options are very variable. You can have a graduation which can be had, a high quality graduation in Delhi can be had for 5,000 rupees a year. Mm. And equivalent education can be had for 5 lakh rupees per month as well. Investing for your child is a very important goal. It is the second most important goal for most people. Mm. But many people think that it is more important than retirement as well. Right. Parents in their early stages, they think that it is more important because retirement is far off. This will come early. You have a problem with investing for your child because there is a problem of choice. Too many of them. You have Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, which is safest for the girl child. Then you have all kind of children plans, from mutual fund, from insurance company. And then, they just simply have asset allocation. I think investors need to, or individuals need to just plan few things. If you have your term plan, make sure that your term plan is bumped up based the moment you have more dependents. Be regular, be at it. Because you are unlikely to need that money if you start preparing for it at the birth of a child. Then, couple of things. One is that for the long run, invest in equity. Invest in all equity fund. Don't overplan. Second is that, be little regular with it. If you can't be doing a SIP, if you can't do a SIP, then maybe do an annual SIP every year on his birthday. And first couple of years, there is a possibility that, the grandparents will be gifting money, put that in, contribute to the fund. Keep it very simple. The parents should keep it in their name and, keep investing, because many a times that also becomes a barrier, that also becomes a friction, that also becomes a deterrent. Just earmark an investment, think that it is his, and all the taxability, whether it is in child's name or your name, is going to be yours. You are liable for taxes till he becomes a major. Maybe there's a case for opening a bank account, but don't worry. If it is going to delay the whole process, start early, invest in equity. If you don't understand, start early and invest in something anyway. Even a PPF account or even a Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana will take you to an extent. So waiting for the best may be a problem. Starting early and being consistent and regular and be as much in equity for the long run, and don't watch it every day. And for any period, if you are investing where the likelihood of needing that money is after 10 years, 100% equity is good enough. Go to Value Research online and see that if it is going, the graduation is going to cost 40 lakh rupees or 20 lakh rupees or 15 lakh rupees. How much of your monthly contribution will add up to that much or somewhere closer to that in 5 years time, 10 years time or 15 years time? It will give you some kind of roadmap because you can't really, you can't plan it later.
All right. Now, what happens is that balancing long-term goals like planning for your child's future and with the short-term needs, that is a tricky situation for most parents. So, how can they prioritize and plan effectively without compromising on the present?
One is to earn more. Second is to spend less. I think, you have to really be sensitive to it, that you have to earmark something for as important as retirement. Then comes child's education. Reason is that, there are odds which can scare you if you become, sensitive to it very early. Early you have in the initial stages of your career, you have less resources and you have more expenses. And things reverse, and they reverse, gradually over time. as you grow, your earning rises, or you're able to earn more, and your expenses stabilize, or sometimes they come down. Be prepared for, it's not going to be a smooth line. It can't be, you can't really plan things on an Excel sheet. Maybe, there are few things which individuals can do. Many a times we stop our SIP. I think there should be a nudge to actually just skip your SIP. Don't stop it, so that it stops and restarts next month. At Value Research Fund Advisor, we are just trying to enable the feature, because many people don't want to stop their SIP. They just have 1 month's need where they want to skip it. Right. But once you stop it, then you forget it, and then it actually becomes, then you start enjoying it. Okay, I have more money. And the more money is yours, which will be much more in future, and that is what you plan for. So, few things to persuade yourself or manage your own mind.
Okay. Another thing is that there are so many child plans available. A lot of mutual funds, they offer such child plans. So one should take up any of that, or just start investing in any particular, like you say, start investing with an aggressive hybrid fund. That would do the thing, or?
No, I'm not saying even aggressive hybrid fund. If you are used to mutual fund, start with an all equity fund.
Okay.
But many people derive comfort from the branding of a fund. A Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, because it is designed for the girl child, it is guaranteed, of course it is fixed income. I would say that many people will derive the comfort of continuing with it and doing that investment. If there are all other objections in your mind, and if you feel comfortable that a child plan is better configured, do it anyway. But logically thinking, objectively thinking about it, I would say that for any 10-year period, equity fund, an all equity fund is good enough. Next comes, as you get closer to the goal, start preparing so that on the last, when you need the money, you should not be entirely dependent on the market.
All right, now we have a viewer's question, which is somewhat related to what we were talking right now. Vijay says he has a mutual fund investment of 3 crore rupees, which he's built through SIPs over the years. Now, he needs the fund for his elder son's education for 30 lakhs in June 2025. He has already redeemed 30 lakh rupees. He invests 2 lakh rupees per month in an SIP. So, should he redeem 30 lakhs after 6 months, or pause his SIP for 6 months and redeem the remaining amount for tax benefits?
With 3 crore, it is hardly a problem. His annual contribution by way of SIP is 24 lakh rupees.
Right.
So I think, the simplest thing he should do to save on taxes, because the moment he is realizing his money from the equity, he will be liable to pay taxes on the long-term gains, the money which he has invested, because he will be redeeming based on the first in, first out principle. His oldest investment will be redeemed first. And based on the appreciation, all his appreciation that on his investments before 1st of March 2018 is tax exempt. The gains on those investments after that period is liable for taxes. 1 year older investment is subject to 12.5% tax. The more recent investments within 1 year will be liable for 20% tax. So to avoid that, I think he should carry on with that. 24 lakh. If he puts money, if you start doing your SIP of 2 lakh rupees in a short-term debt fund, and that money is completely insulated from equity market risk. The whole idea of preparing beforehand is to make sure that you are not faced, there is a calamity in the market, and stock market is very prone to frequent calamity. That is when, your child's education will get disrupted. So just be ready with it, and you are redeeming on one hand and you are investing on other hand. So stop this. Start doing your SIP in a debt fund and take that money out when you need it.
Well, that's all we have for you in today's episode. Keep watching this space for more information. If you like the show, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye for now.